Hey Pam, how you doing? Hey Christy. Hey Emily, how you doing? Party time is right. 26 degrees here. What happened to spring? How's it going, Emily? Just talked to a lady that for 2.5 hours got a hold of me. Been watching the channel for years. Really great talking to her. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Doing pretty good, yeah. Videotaped some birds today. This lockdown, man, it's really getting to me. I want to get the hell out of here. As soon as this moratorium is lifted, I'm hitting the road. Heading out there. Find out what's going on out there, what people's opinions are. I'll videotape some birds tomorrow. How'd you like the bird videos? Yeah, well, that's because of me. I'm a fanatic about feeding the birds. I read about birds. I have 1,000 books on birds. I understand that when you have these, I don't want to say unseasonably, but more colder springs than they're used to. And it's the wind chill factor, actually. I mean, birds have a high metabolism. They have a hard time maintaining body heat without an adequate food supply, and there isn't much of one around right now. So I pull out all the stops to do what I can. I love feeding them. Oh, good for you, Emily. Do you know what kind of hawk? Hey, Laura, how you doing? Yeah, Thomas, if you're talking about the bird videos, what I do is I've taped cardboard to my back porch window. And when I hear them back there singing, I just go look and turn the recorder on. It's pretty easy. And the sun's out of the west, and now that we're going into April, there's a lot of reflective light, so they get a lot of reflection off the glass. They can't see me very well anyway. And then when I have the cardboard up there, it makes it even better. And their iris is, ratcheted down because they're looking into the sun. So for all those reasons, they don't really see me. Yeah, aren't they beautiful birds? I mean, those colors are just like, God, striking. Hello, Stephanie. How you doing? Stephanie, we talked about this briefly the other day. You mentioned that I think you're a reader, and I talked about that outfit out of Mishawaka, Indiana, on YouTube. Pick out some books that you like, and I'll pay for them. Have them sent to you. Birds are very resilient, experts at sizing up the weather. It's between the ears with me that feels bad for them and goes the extra mile, but they know what they're doing. You see how they were eating today? I've found over the years, and I've tried every combination possible, and that is that you're better off buying the premium seed. $20 for like an 8-pound bag, and you think, God, that's ridiculous. It seems like it, but you can buy the 40-pound bag for $20, and most of that's just filler. When you buy the premium seed, not only do they not need to crack it, there's no waste. And I've found that it lasts 4 times longer than the cheap shit. That pileated red-headed woodpecker, that's a young male. It's been around for a couple years. I haven't seen his parents this winter, so I don't know whether they moved on or what. Then you see pine siskins. Still pretty early in the bird migration path in Michigan right now. Yeah, I love birds. Yeah, let me know, Stephanie. Let me know on that. Do you have a PayPal, Stephanie? Nobody orders more books than I do. Crazy. Yeah, that sounds crazy. I mean, I've never smoked marijuana. I have no interest in marijuana, but I've been thinking about growing it. You're allowed 12 plants. And believe it or not, marijuana is actually a pretty complex plant to grow successfully. And ideally, in a perfect world, I could grow this marijuana and give it to people that used it medicinally for, let's say, glaucoma, etc. But it's not a walk in the park, and that's what's interesting to me. You know, we do get cardinals. Usually, I'm done videotaping by the time they show up, which is late in the evening or very early in the morning. I joke with a buddy of mine. There's a cardinal that he must have screwed 50 hens last spring. He was out in the bush constantly with the mating call. Neat birds. If you watch those birds eat that seed that I have, I mean that no waste seed where it's already shelled, good seed, they're going to town. You don't see any shells cracking off to the side and falling down. So I'm sure to the bird, their brain is telling them eat as much as possible. Love birds, love everything about them. I mean, you look at the blue jay, the woodpecker, the pine siskins, the various finches, warblers. I mean, those colors are so striking, it's ridiculous. And it's something that's living. They do around my house. I mean, I have a neighbor that feeds them as well. I mean, I'm kind of out in the open. I don't get some of the birds that I should. There are certain type birds, they just don't want to be out in the open, even if they're very hungry. And the guy that lives in the end condo that butts up against the woods, I notice that he gets a better variety than I do. That's because they can kind of hide while they're eating. Well, email me your address, Stephanie, and I'll get you some books. Yeah, no, I love birds too. I've been that way my whole life, actually. I actually owned 3,000 pairs of birds at one time. I bred them commercially in Florida. And this is going to sound nuts, but during the course of that, I realized that birds shouldn't be caged and ended up getting out of the business because of that. They're not doing very well, Lori. There's a very shortage of food. Of course, customers are down. Cops are writing $1,000 tickets. It's an exceptionally bad time for the women down there. It really is. Where you been, by the way? Hey, Simple Life, how you doing? Hey, Roblox, how are you doing? So I'm going to be getting into, as I said, I've been thinking about growing some marijuana and a planted aquarium. Yeah, I know what you mean, Simple Life. That's well put. What's that, Daniel? No, it's actually what I did today, Emily. I actually, I mean, I don't want to sound like a douchebag, but if it's a principal matter, I mean, I have no problem filing a lawsuit. I've been doing it my whole life. I've done it through pit bulls, bullshit. I'm kind of I mean, I can navigate myself through the legal system, but long story short, I contacted the women that I'm aware of that were written $1,000 ticket and advised them on how they can get out of it. And I think they're going to take my advice. Yeah, it's absolutely nonsense. Total bullshit, Danielle. People down there driving around trying to, make ends meet, and they're writing them $1,000 tickets. Fucking bullshit. I mean, believe me, I'll spend every dime I have for a principal issue. It's not like about money or whatever. Like this cop that wrote me this bullshit ticket about Daisy. I'll take that to the Supreme Court if I have to. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, actually, she's down by my feet. Took Daisy out, ran her around today. It's cold. It's like 24 degrees here right now. Can you believe that? Yeah, excellent dog. I mean, I couldn't take $1 million for Daisy. Priceless, really. Super smart dog. Oh my God, Emily. I'd move right away. I hate hot weather like that. Actually, as I mentioned the other day on the chat, I've been doing this. It's technically a topical chemotherapy. It's Aldera. It's for light-skinned guys like me that got sunburns as kids. I've had some for quite a while. I've used it in the past. You put it on, it basically incinerates any skin that's been damaged. I mean, you look like a burn patient for about a month, and then the skin comes back new and better and less problematic. Yeah, they're giving $1,000 tickets down there left and right. They really are. Simple Life. I noticed next year they're going to have the helicopter international convention in Baton Rouge. I may come down there for January or February. I mean, I don't want to knock your state, but I've really never cared for that kind of area. The last one I went to was in Louisville a few years ago, and it was shitty weather. Most of the guys couldn't get in, and hopefully that won't be a problem in Louisiana. What's that, Emily? It's called, you talking about this topical chemotherapy? Yeah, it sounds bad, but it's called Aldera. There's a couple names, a couple companies make it now. Yeah, it's very effective. Yeah, it just wouldn't be for me. I mean, I couldn't wait to get out of Florida. Hey, Val, how are you? No, I got so lucky with Daisy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, SkinMed Aldera. Yeah, Aldera, I think it is. There's a couple different brand names of it. It's not systemic, so it treats the area. It really works really well. I mean, I got broiled as a kid, so I've got all sorts of skin damage. It really doesn't bother me that much at this age. It's not like it's going to ruin my modeling career, but I don't want it to exacerbate and turn into a Mohs procedure and, more bullshit. Yeah, I sure will. Yeah, love helicopters, love getting down there. I don't know why I don't like that. I mean, it's not really anything against the area, but I've taken like hundreds of 10 and 15,000 mile trips, and I drive around Baton Rouge. I just never cared for that area. Yeah, Aldera is very effective, Emily. I can give you spell the correct name for you, but it works very well. I don't really care about it that much. I mean, you can have actinic keratosis, basal cell. It's 1% of cancer, 1.5% turns into melanoma. No matter what kind of skin cancer you have, it isn't going to morph into melanoma. It's either you have it or you don't. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? Oh, that would be surprising, Carrie. Yeah, you know what I mean? At a certain point, right? You're young, you're vain, you worry about these things. I've had the most procedures probably 6 times. I think it's overkill. I happen to know a dermatologist down in Jackson, Florida that I knew was a marble collector for years, and he swears by it. And You know, there's a pretty good argument for it, but I think it's cost prohibitive. Uh, Liquid oxygen, liquid nitrogen. Uh, you can get some of these acids, TCA. Hey, Pam, how you doing? No, I didn't hear about that at all, Pam. No, I'll look it up. Oh my God, that's terrible. Good, Lana, how you doing? So, actually, I really didn't have it. I didn't have it as bad as I've had in the years past. I don't really know why, but I figured I'd get rid of it. You're supposed to limit yourself to sun exposure while you're doing this, and I'm going to go through the first week of May, which is kind of late, but I've had these tubes of this kind of laying around, and there is something to expiration dates. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Very effective, though. You know, I looked it up just for the hell of it the other day, and it's actually pretty affordable. Yeah, I think you would really like it. The only problem is, I mean, being a woman, and I'm not saying there should be much of a difference, but I'm telling you, when you go through this 2 or 3 week program, it looks like somebody took a welding torch and burned your face with it. I mean, when I go through this, people ask me, what's wrong? Am I sick? I mean, you would expect you would look like someone that would be HIV positive. I mean, if you're vain, you probably are going to want to go with a different program. Me, I don't give a shit. Carrie, like I've told you before, I mean, you should take your link to your channel and post it on all my videos. Hey, Sadie, how you doing? How's it going? Get why the going's good. I mean, YouTube's very fickle. I could be gone any day, and I don't have any problem with that at all. Oh man, that is crazy, Pam. I'm so sorry to see that happen in Canada. It's almost like I expect it in the United States. Carrie, I'm telling you, man, it would be a good thing for you to get your channel going. It would get you some exposure. Actually, people charge $100 for people that have 50,000 subscribers and $200 for people that have 100,000 subscribers. And they pay that all day long. So for you to be able to post your videos on my links on your videos on my channel for nothing, I think you should get why the going's good. No, it doesn't hurt at the beginning, but I noticed like I'm in my 7th day and it burns. It feels like you got sunburn. But it's very effective. It's, as I said, not systemic, and it works. You know, mine's old when I had better insurance. I don't know, but if you have, you know, any kind of skin cancer, basal cell, actinic keratosis, it gets rid of it. It's really, really great. No, it's not really a big deal. I mean, I haven't even used it in a while, I'll tell you the truth. The last Mohs procedure I had was like 4 years ago, which cost up the ass. I have a $5,000 deductible now, and I just don't want to fuck with it, to be honest with you. You can use liquid nitrogen, liquid oxygen. You can use TCA, blah, blah, blah. But you got to be careful with TCA. You can actually order it through Amazon. It would be perfect for you, Emily. Excellent. No, this would do, you would really be happy with this. Really, I'd be surprised with it. Just try it on some of my videos, like my bird videos and stuff, Carrie. I'm more than happy to promote your channel. I mean, don't go crazy with it because that you'll get that spam notice, but I'd be glad to put links to your music channel on all my videos. Yeah, let me go up and get the name of it, Emily. I always tell Darren there's another name. Hang on a second. And also, I would, there's different schools of thought on it. I highly recommend the 5%. I would not ever screw around with the lesser. It's actually, mine's not Eldera, it's Floricel. Same shit though. FL, here, I'll spell it out for you. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, man. I mean, it's all shit luck, man. I mean, my whole channel is based on luck and working girls. If it wasn't for the working girls, we wouldn't be talking. I'm very aware of that. So I'm not going to pass myself off as some great content creator when working girls got me on the map. It's all shit luck. Mine's as amateur as it gets. No, they change that. I don't get that, Carrie. That's what I say, Pam. I don't have a problem with that. It's all bullshit to begin with, you know. So it isn't like you know, somebody gets lucky and then they're going to start passing themselves off as some genius content creator. I've said all along that if I was 18 years old, I'd be trying to bang every subscriber I had and be thinking I was a big deal. I'm lucky that I didn't get into YouTube until a later age, and I realized it's all horse shit. And I'm glad to help anybody any way I can. Hey, Roblox, how you doing? How you doing? You got to do it through your Google account, Pam. You got to do it through your Google account. YouTube's a strange outfit, man. You know, I came within very close to getting canned by them about a year ago. You get 3 strikes and then they cancel your channel. One was because I was joking about feeding some baby blackbirds some homebrew baby food, and I referred to it as crystal meth. I got a strike for that. And one of the girls that I had interviewed, that Nicole, I didn't even know she did it, honestly. But honestly, even if I'd have saw it, I'd have probably uploaded it anyway. She flashed her breast, so that was 2 strikes, and they told me if I got one more, my channel was going to be canceled. So I figured at that time I had like 5,500 videos uploaded. You know, I'll upload a video of anything. It's just my personality. So I basically figured, you know, I'd go out swinging. So I wrote him a letter and I said, hey, get fucked. You know, a girl flashing her breast and I'm joking about feeding baby birds. Kiss my ass. Cancel my account if you want. I'm not going to beg you people to be on YouTube. And I thought that any day I'd be gone. In a way, it would have been liberating. And it never happened. Tweety's a sweetheart. Yeah, Tweety had a couple stalkers out there for a while. I don't know what the status of her. I'm telling you, Carrie, though, YouTube is all. Hey, Zach, how you doing? YouTube is all shit luck. I'm a perfect example of it. I mean, my content is like as raw and amateur as it gets. I mean, I'll upload a snail crawling up a damn leaf. And it's the working girls interviews that got me on the map. That's it, 100%. It's 99% of the subscribers that I have. Nobody gives a shit about the Amish and the birds and the Tequamanon Falls. So don't get down on yourself if you don't get a lot of subscribers. I had 25 subscribers for years. It's not related to your talent. I swear to God it's not. You know, I didn't watch that Tiger King. I've had a few people. I think I'm going to watch it, though, because I've had enough people recommend it. I think I will do it. Hey, Virgil, how you doing? I do, too, but it's never going to carry on YouTube. I mean, if you're trying to, you know, make a channel that's proliferates, and hopefully you can at least break even on whatever you do, You're never going to do it with fun stuff. Oh yeah, believe me, I'd be 100% happy to launch any channel. Zach, I agree. I think you should do the same thing. I mean, all you guys that have been around for a long time, you can I'd happily promote your channels. You know, I'm thinking about growing some marijuana now, even though I don't smoke it. I'm not interested in it. I don't like the smell of it, but it's actually a very complicated plant to grow. And I like the horticulture aspect of it. I mean, I would probably donate my marijuana to, somebody that could use it. Marijuana is a complex, difficult plant to grow. It really is. And it starts with the seed, the humidity, the nutrients, the blah, 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 the trimming of it all. It isn't like you just take a marijuana seed and you plug it in a clay pot and 6 months later you're getting stoned. Not at all. The opposite. Yeah, I've never tried marijuana and really don't have an interest in it, Emily. I don't know why. I will admit that, at this age, I'm getting to the point where I almost don't want to try it because I went this long with not wanting it and not having an interest in it. I'm desperately searching for a claim to fame. Yeah, you should do it now, Zach, because my channel could end any day. And it's $50 for 50,000 subscribers and $100,000 or 100,000 subscribers, $100 to upload a video for somebody. So with 114,000 subscribers, you're stupid if you don't start it now. And I'm not charging anybody. I'm happy to promote people's channel. Believe me, I realize how lucky it is. This is like a golden opportunity. I hate to see you miss it. Not because it's me, but it's because I've gotten lucky with these subscribers. I'm 64. I just turned 64 in January. You too, Roblox. I mean, believe me, man. I'm all in for promoting anybody's channel I can. I'm happy to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, Emily. I mean, not that I think it's inherently like the end of the world. I think there definitely are medicinal purposes for it. If you look up an interview by a lecture by a University of Michigan pain expert, Dr. Daniel Claw, C-L-A-U-W, I mean, I think there's pretty good science to back it, although the AMA has never done it, and that's because well, you got to realize with marijuana, it's political and it's medicinal. And you got people that are not going to voice their opinions because they don't want to get in trouble. And I still worry in the back of my mind that the feds don't like it. Yeah, that Patreon. I mean, people have suggested it. I think you got to be a real douchebag to try and charge people for content. I mean, my channel's as amateur as it gets, man. One thing I'll admit, and that I've stuck to my guns. I upload the same stuff now I did when I didn't have any subscribers. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, definitely. Promote your channel, put links, do whatever. Oh, yeah, those were my neighbors, Moses and Delilah Law. They wanted to have me on Unsolved Mysteries, and I was out of town, but I did do some work for the mother, which was Delilah Law's mother. There's nothing more sickening and a turnoff than when you meet some total douchebag and he got shit lucky, like winning a scratch off, and he comes on and tries to promote himself as some expert and some, big deal on YouTube. Man, I'm telling you, I'm the exact opposite. And I think a lot of that comes with age. I realize it's all bullshit. Yeah, and not only do I not do Patreon, I've never once said thumbs up, subscribe, like, none of that fucking bullshit. I pride myself in telling people to get lost and they're going to get the big virtual boot in the ass. Please unsubscribe. And the truth of the matter is, subscriptions don't really matter like you'd think. There is a casual relationship between a successful channel and subscribers, but what you're really looking for is views. If I was a YouTube whore and only looking for money, what I would do is go out and do nothing but interview blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white, addicted, heroin addict prostitutes. I'd make a killing. Oh yeah, isn't that the truth, Mike? Yeah, such horse shit, man. I don't know if I have integrity. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I mean, I tell it like it is in my own biased way. And I encourage people, if you see some bullshit, call me out on it. I'm at the age now where I have nothing to gain. I'm not trying to screw chicks. I'm not trying to make money. I can afford to be honest. That's the truth of it, J-Bo. Oh, wow, Emily. Yeah, I mean, I can be a real douchebag too. I mean, I tell people all the time. I talked to a lady for 2.5 hours that got a hold of me tonight that's a subscriber. I mean, I think I'm a good guy when it comes to like good things. And I'm a real motherfucker when it comes to bad things. There's a dark side of me. I don't put up with any bullshit. I mean, that's what I think would make me go psycho in Detroit. And that is that I'm down there. I'm not really doing anything good, but I'm trying to. And for someone to come up and fuck with me while I'm down there, it's going to be really bad for them. Yeah, I think basically that's 99% of the channels act. You know, I mean, it's all shit luck, man. I mean, you look at Carrie, man. She's a good singer. I mean, learned to play the guitar, which I tried to do and couldn't do. Writes her own songs. You know, has to suck ass in all these fucking bars to get her to pay her $100 to go up and sing. I mean, that's a hard, difficult life of a talented person. Or I'm kind of the opposite. I mean, Carrie's the one that should have the 114,000 subscribers, not me. But that's not the way life works. Now, I don't really depend on it. The truth of it is, Roblox, is, you know, I've been doing this like my whole life, and I've been signed up to YouTube since 2007. And the average trip to Detroit costs me between $400 and $1,500. So if you do the math, but you know, if somebody told me they went on vacation for 30 years, would you expect to be compensated for that? No, it's my hobby. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than some, like, you know, it's the same kind of people that do something benevolent, like a donation, volunteer work, and the cameras are running. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to do something like that way, nobody should know about it. Oh, good for you, Pamela. I mean, there's a certain type of personality that really thrives off attention by doing good. And like I've told you guys before, I never really considered going down there and getting the story from someone that have, by their own volition, harmed their own life is anything good. They tell me about their life, I turn the camera on and I record it. That's it. And I don't think that's necessarily good. I think it's just something that's going on. Good for you, Pam. Yeah, I mean, there are people that like what I do, but believe me, there's no talent associated with it. I mean, I think I'm an eccentric, kind of crazy guy, hard to get along with. I mean, not on here because you see me at my best, but I do this stuff come hell and high water. I really do. I'm going to do it no matter what, whether there's money in it, whether there's not. But I can't emphasize enough for you people out there that are trying to start your YouTube channel, especially young people, you know? I mean, you're young, you want to be successful. post your links to your channel on my videos, man. I'm telling you, it's a gold mine for you. And it's free. I'm still kind of fucking around up here. I mean, I kind of like, my position. I really don't need to work. And it's going to get a lot better now, sooner than it had been. Financially, I'm doing pretty good. You'd never guess that by the van I drive and the condo I live in, but I'm really not into like material stuff. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. So I'm really kind of at a crossroads in these next 10 or 15 years of my life. And I think I'm going to go out just doing YouTube videos. Really. Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, people are very cruel. You got to be thick-skinned on YouTube. If you're sensitive, block the ability for them to vote on it and disable comments. I mean, I'll admit it. If I had my druthers, I would rather people like me than not like me. I'm kind of like a 50% guy. I mean, if I have good followers and we have a good relationship and I look forward to you coming on and us conversing, I like that. But if you're a motherfucker and you're starting channels, you're contacting the cops, you're bringing up this serial killer shit, I'm going to fuck you hard any way I can. Now, May is depressed. May's a top-notch, 100% class act person. I think people like May are far and few between. I think you should listen to the song One Night in Bangkok if you ever meet May, but that's a different argument. That's it, Sharon. Yeah, you got it. Words of wisdom. Yeah, May's cool as hell. As you guys know, May's transgender. Yeah, who gives a fuck? I mean, I don't think I'm a liberal, but long story short, when I was 16, I got picked up by a guy that was president of the Red Wings hockey organization. Good guy. I had an alcoholic dad and didn't do much with him. Long story short, this guy ended up being good friends with him. I found out when I was 21 that he was gay. And so I got introduced to that gay bullshit in a positive way. He was a good guy to me that did a lot of stuff that my dad never did. I wouldn't say that I'm liberal, but when it comes to that transgender, gay, sex change, all that shit, I don't give a fuck about it. I would treat everybody equal. I mean, for the gay guys out there, I wish you all a big dick. And for the straight guys, I hope you lay as much ass as there is possible. I don't care. I don't go either way. Yeah. I mean, you could argue the gay thing. Blowjobs are a lot cheaper, I can tell you that. But I don't give a fuck one way or the other. I don't care if gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. I don't give a fuck. I always cuss Dave. I'm actually very proud of it. Because Dave, in case you didn't remember, this is my channel. It's not yours. You can always click out of it at any time you want to. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? Yeah, there's an argument for that, Emily. Yeah, I've been kind of like an underdog guy, but I don't really consider like transgenders, gays, all that shit. I don't really consider them the underdog. I mean, I'm happy that they've been liberated. I mean, nuts, man. I mean, it's just the way it's just the way it is. I don't think it's good, bad, whatever. It's just the way I called it. I don't give two shits. I mean, if you look at life in general, that's so far down on the list. Oh, big time, Pam, big time. I can't tell you the bullshit my buddy went through. He's dead now. He's been dead for 20 years. Actually, I've managed his estate. You can't believe how much they fucked with him when he was with the Red Wings and Norris Industries, which was the conglomerate that managed Olympia and the hockey team and whatever. I agree with that, Zach. May is a class act, yeah. I mean, May's a hustler. I mean, May's a... I don't give a fuck about what May does. I really don't, man. I just don't. You know, and that's where you butt heads with Christianity. I mean, I'm not a Christian. Christianity is not only a belief system, it's a lifestyle. And I'm not saying I'm some big heathen out there that's, you know, fucking everybody out of everything I can. I'm just not a Christian. Hey, Cable, how you doing? I mean, I don't really knock religion. I mean, honestly, I think if you lived next to an Orthodox Jew or a very right-wing Christian, you'd have very good neighbors that you wouldn't be worried about having babysit your kids if you had to go out of town for an emergency. I'm not downing them. It's just something that I haven't hopped on board with. How did I get so popular with the mean people? I think what happened on that, with the blonde girl, she wanted me to collaborate and do an interview with her. And I listened to her and I wasn't interested. That set her off. The kook out in Las Vegas, I told her to just fuck off. I thought she was a lunatic. And then after that, it just almost seems like what kind of comes along with subscribers. Not just me, with anybody. I don't know whether there's just some disdain for what they perceive as success. I mean, all my success, if you look at numbers, is because of working girls. I don't know what their problem is. They're just nuts. And there's a certain group of people out there that just don't like working girls, period. They think they should, you know, it's the same kind of psycho that think they should be killed and jailed and they're scumbags and whatever. It's, you know, I'm guessing, I don't know, because the people that were, you know, fucking with me all the time, I cut them off at the knees as soon as I could, so I never got their side of the story. Oh, geez, Carrie, were you really? You poor thing. Congratulations on surviving. No kidding, huh? Wow. Yeah, that's true, Stephanie. That's exactly it. Yeah, it's true. I mean, believe it or not, some of my best friends have been men of the cloth. If you look at my videos and you search them, you'll see a guy named Frank Cimarusti, who I would probably put it the best guy I ever met in life. Monsignor priest from Chicago. We were best friends, hung around all the time. Long story short, got lung cancer, suffered, died. It's a drag, like 2008. And another guy, Burt Wilkins, who was a Pentecostal minister out of Orlando. Great guy, super good guy. And I was friends with those guys just like I am with you. And it had absolutely zero to do with religion. Yeah, it happens. Rob, like, that comes with the territory. I don't really think that I help women, but I would like to. Oh, okay, Simple Life. Yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I'm not knocking it. It's just, as I said earlier, I think Christianity is a lifestyle and a belief system. I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but I'm not living the lifestyle. And that doesn't mean that I'm, you know, going to topless bars and watching Pornhub and drinking in excess every night of the week. I just haven't bought into it. Oh, yeah, it's true, Carrie. That's exactly it. I mean, when I've been into bird breeding. I'm a big nature nut. I look at how my life's turned out. And it's hard sometimes to think, man, how could this have all just happened by accident? I look at the Great Lakes. I haven't seen Davy lately. She just got on some CBD or whatever it is. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, Pam. Sweet girl. Yeah, I mean, believe me, man, I'm just a regular guy, Roblex, but thank you. Now, Juanita, anxiety and depression got me into 2 psychiatric hospitals. It also got me run off the road by a SWAT team. So believe me, I feel you. That's all very fixable. So hang in there. No, I really don't know what Maddie and Gerald's doing. Honestly, Emily, that area is dead. I mean, it sounds crazy, but a thought that I have regularly with Maddie, and that is she's a heroin-addicted prostitute that is in an area with no customers. And being dope sick sucks. And once you get educated on drug addiction, you'll have empathy for people that are addicted to heroin that don't have heroin available. I mean, it sounds crazy. I love all the Great Lakes, every single one of them. Yeah, Davey's a sweet, bright, sharp girl that whose life has been stifled by depression and anxiety. Yeah, Juanita, don't worry about it. I've been in 2 mental hospitals, once voluntary and once involuntary. Got in quite a bit of trouble for a while. So there's a way out of that. Don't think there isn't. I would say I'm doing pretty good right now, honestly. Yeah, that's true, cable trucking. Yeah, I would agree with it. Yeah, I mean, addiction, man. If you get educated on addiction and you read about it, you realize that this isn't someone that just raised their hand in the 7th grade and said, I'd really like to fuck my life up, be estranged from my family and lose everything I ever owned, and on top of it, leave my children. That's me. It's an odd circumstance and genetic components, life experiences that get people where they are. And honestly, it's fascinating to me. I wish I could do more. No, none. Actually, none. No. I had 2 drug addicted pill popping parents, and I've never tried marijuana. Not an alcoholic. None really. I mean, I'm not making a joke of this, but probably sex addiction and pornography, to be honest with you. Atheist doesn't make any sense. If anybody ever comes up to me and they say they're an atheist, it's the end of the conversation. We're not going to discuss anything because you can't prove it, and nobody can disapprove what would be considered God. So anybody that refers to themselves as an atheist, we're not going to talk about anything. Agnostic, I can go along with. Atheist, no. Yeah, Juanita, don't worry about it. I mean, I was lucky. I was like 61 or something when that first happened to me. If I could have avoided it, I would have. If I was 21 and my career was ahead of me, I'd probably would think about it a lot differently. But I don't give a shit. I'm at the end of my life now, and I don't need a job. I don't need to make up some bullshit on a resume. So I'm in a pretty good position. But I understand the mental aspects of going crazy. I've been there. Like I said, if I could have avoided, I would have. Yeah, I mean, I get that, Zach. Yeah, I mean, you'll find, and this is one of my problems with you have mental health issues that really affect your sleep, particularly your REM, the deep sleep. And then if you take these antidepressants, that affects REM. So, I mean, sleep's very important, and if you can't get it, it'll put you into a rubber room like it did me. Yeah, if it wouldn't have been for an estranged wife that I'm still married to, but I haven't lived with in 22 years, and I don't mean this to be a tearjerker, but I wouldn't be talking to you. No way. She is the sole reason why I was able to eke away out of that darkness. Totally, 100%. I mean, I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, maybe I should be. I mean, like I said, if I could have helped it, I would have. But the big issue, Juanita, with me was sleep deprivation, which they used as torture during the war. Oh, that's good, Virgil. I found out in my own experience that CPAP is good if you have, breathing difficulty, sleeping. But melatonin, I mean, honestly, I think that's good for somebody that doesn't really have significant sleep issues. Just like tryptophan, turkey, whole milk before you go to bed, whatever. But if you're scrambled between the ears like I was for about 10 years straight, I was way past melatonin. Good for you. I'm not on any medication, so I haven't been for a couple of weeks. And so far, so good. But believe me, man, it's a slippery slope. Yeah, I mean, it's a very stressful time for people. You know, you're wondering how you're going to pay your house payment, your car payment, if your job's still going to be around. Yeah, Pam, that's definitely a contributing factor. Yeah. Yeah, it's not enough sleep, Juanita. No. No, I think melatonin works if you're like on the cusp of, sleeping / great sleep. But if you're scrambled between the ears, I don't think eating turkey, drinking whole milk, or taking melatonin is going to do much for you. Isn't that the truth, Heather? Yeah. Well, Walgreens is the only place that I'm aware that sells it that you can get time-release melatonin. Because, I mean, what good does it really do if it helps you fall asleep but you don't stay asleep? Sleep's very complex. It involves hormones, sugars, nutrition, serotonin, endorphins, dopamine. It's not one size fits all. Yeah, Juanita, there's hope for you. I mean, I wouldn't give up. I would constantly look at different scenarios and experiment. How old are you, Juanita, if you don't mind me asking? No, but I will tell you this, Carrie. There are some pretty good studies, and these are sanctified studies done by the AMA with links for using Benadryl as sleep aids long-term in dementia and Alzheimer's. These are published studies. This just isn't somebody pulling something out of their ass. I would encourage you to look those up. From what I know, I wouldn't recommend anybody take Benadryl for sleep long-term. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Zach. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Pam. No, actually, Virgil, you shouldn't drink coffee after noon. You shouldn't drink coffee after noon, 12 p.m. Sleeping pills, the problem, yeah, it is a nice buzz, and it's more of a euphoric, like getting high type, flying kites all night long. But I will tell you this, Rob Lux, and that is that it affects your deep sleep, your REM, your restorative sleep. Just because you shut your eyes and when they open, it's daylight, doesn't mean you had proper sleep. Yeah, be very careful about Benadryl, long-term use with Alzheimer's and dementia. These are published studies, Juanita. Like I said, it's not just making bullshit up. Exercise, there's a very related link to dopamine and endorphins with exercise. Yoga, I would agree with that 100%. These are documented studies, Carrie. It's just not some guy making up something. Yeah, Zach, but I'm telling you, Zach, that'll catch up with you long term. It will. You know, you can get away with it for a while. Oh, thank you, Lana. I appreciate that. I mean, thank you. I think I am a crazy son of a bitch, man, but I am very committed to certain tasks. I would agree with that, Carrie. No, no coffee afternoon. That's exactly right. Good night, Simple Life. Thanks for coming on. Oh, interesting, Kevin. You know, Kevin, no, that you shouldn't have to. I mean, there's something else going on in the background. I mean, that's great that it works for you, and it's probably working now. But there's something else out there. Yeah, everybody could lose weight when you could do it. When you get the proper motivation and you're feeling good and you're not depressed and you're getting proper sleep. When you're not getting your correct sleep, the last thing you feel like doing is exercising. You're too goddamn tired to even get along with daily tasks. First things first. You're right, Carrie. I agree with that. Yeah. Sleep is a very complex issue. It is. It's not one size fits all. Sleep studies are valuable. I mean, but you know, you can do fine with regard to obstructive sleep apnea, but there's a lot of things that go on in your brain that could prohibit good restorative REM sleep, and that's what you need to figure out. Now, this weather is strange, Juanita. Yeah. Juanita, how old are you? Did you tell me that, or did you just blow it off because it's not my business? You don't have to answer that, but I'm just curious how old you are because you know you may have a lot of years ahead of you to get this ironed out. You know, there is something to these herbal non-caffeinated teas, Carrie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. I mean, you can snore and not have sleep apnea. You can. Good night, Pam. Always great having you on. Thank you. Redman, if you go to Walgreens, they have time-release melatonin, which I think is significant. Yeah, sleep apnea is tough. Yeah, probably true, Kevin. Yeah. Alcohol is bad for sleep too. It'll help you fall asleep earlier, but it'll affect your deep sleep. You'll wake up and by noon you're tired. I will come down there, Rob. Like I've been down there a million times actually. Akron, Youngstown. I'm a huge James Trafficant fan. Up until his tractor crushed him. I think he was railroaded and screwed. Oh yeah, you got a big life ahead of you, Juanita. Don't be thinking that your whole life's going to be this way because it's not. You got to keep trying different things. Yeah, the only place, Redmond, that I believe sells it that I know of is Walgreens. Night and day, huge difference. Yes. Oh, okay, Robert. Yeah. I love that area you live in, by the way. No, not at all, Juanita. No. I mean, nobody's going to come to you and say, Juanita, we feel bad. Your quality of life sucks. Here's the game plan. You're going to have to sort it out on your own. And if I can help you with that, I will. You know, I've got, 15 years on you. Yeah, night sweats too. Yeah, that's, how long you had night sweats, by the way? That's interesting, Kevin. Huh? I know a lady that taught at that high school where LeBron went to school, and she said that considering LeBron's upbringing, as you know, that Catholic school basically raised him. They said that it's just a beautiful story that him and his wife, that's worked out the way it has, that they're really exceptional people. Yeah, Redman, if you order some, I can give you the good website where the stuff is actually tested as opposed to, I'm not a big fan of herbal medications, but Puritan's Pride or something like that. Oh, that can happen, Heather. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, you can have strange dreams. That's exactly right. But dreams aren't necessarily bad. Yeah, the night sweats, I'd be curious about how long you've had those. No, that you're right about that, Carrie. Yeah. Yeah, LeBron's a good guy, but I'll tell you one thing: LeBron can thank a Catholic church and a Catholic school for where he's at today, Jack, and that's 100% true. You can check it out yourself. Yeah, Redman, all bets are off on premenopause. Hormones play a huge role in sleep. Oh, it's interesting, yeah. Now, Scottie Pippen's a horrible tipper. I don't know about LeBron. Oh, okay, well, 1 year, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, night sweats. Huh. Have you had a sleep study, Juanita? Yeah, night sweats. Let me look back here now. You said you were how old? Now, if you were, did you say you were 47, Juanita? Yeah, 47. I mean, you could be heading to menopause early. And if that's the case, night sweats would make sense. I'm not bragging, but I did some work for Michael Jordan, and I was also really good friends with and keep in touch with his trainer. And I'm just not interested. Michael Jordan's a fucking dick, man. Let me tell you. Tim Grover's the greatest guy you'd ever meet in your life. But you just being in the mix down in the late 98, 99, and knowing these people. I mean, I babysat for Scottie Pippen, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean shit. I know that. But I'm just not that interested in Jordan. I mean, I saw him play pickup. I played in 2 games with Jordan. And he's a fucking douchebag, man. And I'm just not interested in anything that I know about him. $46? That's good though, Kevin. That's good. No, yeah, he's competitive, but he's competitive with regular guys that are just out there getting exercise. Michael Jordan's a fucking dick. He really is, Juanita. I'm not kidding you, man. I was around that guy for 2 years. Went to parties he was at. The whole shebang. Went to all sorts of Bulls games. I think he screwed about 25 women in the building that I lived in. Yeah, I babysat for Scottie Pippen, his nephew, Willie Pippen, who played at Middle Tennessee State University. Good guy. Scottie Pippen's a great guy. That wife of his, though, is a bitch. They almost kicked her out of the health club that I belonged to because she was so foul-mouthed and members were complaining. No, it can happen, Emily. It can happen. 30 for 30 is excellent. But the NBA realizes it's self-sustaining. I mean, there's a lot of money in pro Michael Jordan. I'll tell you who's another redneck fucker is Larry Bird. That's interesting, Redmond, huh? Oh, no kidding, huh? Scottie Pippen's a great guy. Tim Hardaway was a great guy. Marcus Fizer, great guy. Dave Matthews, great guy. Alex Rodriguez, great guy. Pink, great guy. Billy Corgan, great guy. Robert Plant, dickhead. Jenny Jones, super bitch. Jerry Springer, best guy you'd ever meet in your life. Jerry Springer's a class act, believe it or not. No, traveling up the ass. 4 or 5 steps, palm the ball, carrying. No, I agree, Zach. The NBA sucks. Super bitch. She makes more money than everybody. I can't stand her. You know, what happens when you go on Judge Judy, you signed a binding arbitration contract. It's a civil contract. Judge Judy can't do shit. It's a civil contract. I mean, it's good for people that don't understand the law, but if you're someone that places value in jurisprudence, she's a dumbass. I never did. No, I did not. But I did know a guy that coached him when he went to, what was it, Tennessee? They said he's the cheapest son of a bitch that ever lived. And it's the first dime he ever made. Jerry Springer is a great guy. I don't know of anybody in Chicago that didn't love him. I have seen a lot, Penny. Yeah, you're right. Now, don't laugh, but I actually played Larry Bird a game and won him 1 till 11, 1979. No, Jerry Springer's a great guy. Dr. Phil's a douche. He actually had his counseling license taken away for fucking his patients. Jenny Jones, total bitch. Oh, no kidding, Tim, huh? I'm not drunk. I haven't had anything to drink tonight, Tyrone. Your mom's drunk, though. Yeah, Jerry Springer's a good guy. Yeah, no kidding, Danny. Oh, am I? Okay, well, nothing I can do about that. No, he does have a degree in counseling, but he got his license taken away. That's why when he tried to rescue Britney Spears, he got sanctioned because he isn't actually a psychologist, and he got booted out of his profession and turned into being a jury consultant, picking juries, which is how he met Oprah when she ran her big mouth about Texas beef. No, Dr. Phil's a douchebag. Yeah, the city of Detroit had a Saberliner for a while. Moon Mullins used to fly it, Tim. I love the Saberliner. It's a great airplane. There are hardly any of them around anymore. It's kind of like the Aerostar. You know, Dr. Phil's a douchebag. No, you know, Jenny Lane, a lot of people have mentioned this Tiger King. I gotta watch this. Well, I can tell you this. You know, I live down there. I used to eat at a sushi restaurant near Oprah's. Does that make me an expert? Hell no. I ran into her 2 times in Borders Books, believe it or not. Not that that means shit either. I didn't talk to her. Uh, Here's my take on Oprah. Definitely a lesbian. I had a gay doorman at the building I lived in, and Stedman was always in gay bars. Oprah's a super success. I mean, good for her. A lot of people that lived in the building I lived in worked for Oprah, and they loved her. So I don't have anything bad to say about her. You can't argue her success. But definitely, that Stedman thing's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, really, Tim? And if you really want to, something you can think that you can think that I'm full of. I beat Scottie Pippen at horse. I beat Tim Hardaway at horse. And I kicked their ass. I mean, it doesn't mean that I should have been in the NBA and they shouldn't have been. But as far as set shot shooting, they could not beat me. I also beat Marcus Fizer in a game of 1-on-1 to 9. Oh, thank you, Virgil. By your recommendation, I'll check it out. Now, I don't give a shit about the gay shit. I'd have paid a lot less for blowjobs over the years. Yeah, Zach, as you know, you're a bright guy. I mean, beating a pro at horse doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. I mean, it's not like, the wrong guy was in the NBA. It's just like Jordan getting hustled on the golf course. It happens. I'll play anybody in horse, even now. Yeah, I don't mind the gay shit. I really don't. Like I said, I got introduced to that in a good way. Excuse me. And I mean, I've been to a lot of gay things, gay friends, drag fucking shows. I don't give a fuck. I will check it out, Emily. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I don't think gay. I mean, I tell people all the time, I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. Probably true, Anita. Are you a fag hag? I'll be on for another half hour, probably, Roma. Thank you, Penny. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, the fag hag, I mean, and I'm not saying that facetiously, but, a straight guy can let his wife go out and he doesn't need to worry about his wife getting bent over in the parking lot. It's safe. It's all fun and games. There's no jealousy. I get it. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Oh, okay, Jenny Lynn. Oh, did you win it? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. No, like I said, Heather, I mean, I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. I just don't. I don't like green beans. No, yeah, you're right, Zach. Yeah. Now, I don't hate Michael Jordan. I just know what he's like because I was around him. I think he's a jerk. Yeah, I think he's a great basketball player. I mean, but I saw how he interacted with just regular Joes in a non-competitive basketball game, and it really turned me off on him. Yeah, that's what I say. Teach his own, No, I never heard of that, Red Man. No, I never did. No. Jordan was like fucking everybody, though. Yeah, same thing, Zach. Yep. They say Helen Hunt's that way too, and so is Barbara Streisand. Tiger fucked up with his wife, and I've listened to interviews, and if you read between the lines, you can basically ascertain that not only was his wife attractive, I think she was a class act, and I think he realized he fucked up with a bunch of people that couldn't hold a candle to her. His life seemed to go downhill after that. Good night, Cable. Thank you for coming around. Yeah, I agree, Zach. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, the so what in that particular instance is that he lost her, and I think he realizes what he lost. Yeah, you're right, Emily. Yeah, not yet. Believe me, I got my fair share of enemies. Oh, really, Heather? Yeah. Huh. I think it was getting strange looking. Is this goddamn what's this dyke's name that's got the TV shows on now? The real popular blonde. There was some game show her on tonight. What the fuck is her name? Everybody knows her. Ellen. I mean, she's getting kind of strange looking. Hey, Agent, how you doing? Oh, is he really? Uh, I'll tell you, it's another douchebag, Kevin McHale. Yeah, Ellen. She's really getting weird looking. I thought Cher was like really pretty when she was young. Hey, Mark, how you doing? She looks like a wax museum figurine now, but I guess that comes with getting old. I'm convinced as I paid more attention to this over the years that these older women like Dolly Parton and Cher, it still looks better than doing nothing, even though they kind of look alien and strange. It looks better than doing nothing. Oh, really, Agent? It's interesting. Huh. Yeah, I can kind of understand though how you can get turned off on fans. Yeah, she's strange looking, Zach. Yeah, I can't quite figure that out, Mark. Huh. Yeah, Ellen's weird looking. I thought she was cute when she was young, but she's starting to look like I can't really describe it. I mean, who gives a fuck, right? She's getting older. I mean, that's going to happen to everybody eventually. But she just strikes me as like something's not right. I'll check that out, Jenny Lynn. Thank you. But I think that was during her wild days. And, it was a different era, Emily. I mean, different criteria. Yeah, I don't even know who that is, Kevin. Yeah, I think I'm going to grow some weed. Yeah, I think I'm willing to. I've mentioned to you that I'm interested in the horticulture aspect of it, and it's a very complex plant to grow, which interests me. I'll probably donate it to some, poor fucker that, has glaucoma or something. I'm not interested in smoking it or whatever, but it's really a fascinating plant. Yeah, I think you should too. If you'd answer that boilerplate number I called, I would have explained it to you a couple hours ago. I think I would definitely like growing it, yeah. But believe me, I'm a novice, and it would take a while to like do the real deal. Hey, Superwoman, great to see you. Great, thank you. I am doing a lot, yeah. Interesting, Mark. Yeah, Mark, recommend a book, will you, for indoor growing of marijuana? Recommend a book. There's a million of them, and I'm not sure which one to buy. Oh, no kidding. No, I never heard of that, man. No, weed is difficult. I shouldn't say difficult. It's complex. In other words, you're just not going to go get some Miracle Grow and a clay pot and off to the races. Now, we could do that, Rob. Are you trying to start your own chat or something like that? That'd be fine. How's the day? From what I gleaned and what I've read, Tim, they got that shit down big time. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about marijuana. I don't want to smoke it. I don't like the smell of it. I don't want to put it in a brownie, nothing. I want to grow the plant, and I'm interested in doing it successfully. Just like a planet aquarium, a coral, octopus, invertebrates, blah, blah, blah. Fucking crazy. So, Chris Hansen's a cocksucker. I wish all the worst to that prick. Interesting, Mark. Yeah, recommend a book for me, will you? I've been debating which one to order. Hey, this is a big chunk to bite off. This isn't just like raising fantail guppies. I mean, this is to do it right. My dilemma is what I do with the marijuana after it's grown. It's quite a learning curve. That's funny, man. Hey, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to do this. No, that's the thing though, Mark. You can't, like, they got so much restrictions on 2.5 ounces and bullshit and 12 plants and fuck. I mean, at the end of the story, it would be like I did this, I grew it, it was great, and I flushed it down the toilet because they've got you on distribution. Hey, Go, how are you? How's it going? She's depressed, man. Depressed Superwoman. She's been depressed. Good night, Redman. Pleasure having you on. Thank you. These late night chats are definitely the way to go. No, I know, Mark. I get it. Yeah, I think she'll survive, but she's been taken out of her element, Superwoman, and you know how that is. Yeah, Rick, I'm great. Yeah, you'll be back on. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, I got mixed feelings on this. Yeah, the late nights, like tonight is a really excellent chat. I mean, I would do them all the time, past my bedtime, but you never know. It's a mixed bag. Oh, thank you, Roblox. Appreciate it. I love Tassie. Yeah, Tassie's a sweetheart. Tassie, just by virtue of still being amongst the living, is my hero. Thank you, Nina. Appreciate it. Tassie's exceptional. I appreciate you recognizing that. Really, it's remarkable. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Oh, no kidding, Virgil. Oh yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. It does, Mark. It does. Yeah, tell me about them. When I wish I could. No, Tim. Yeah, these are really great. I agree. Thank you for appreciating it. Yeah, that's a good question. Today I got up and I knew it was going to be colder than a bitch today, cloudy, and I got up. I do think I have a sleep disorder, so I get up after about 7 hours of sleep, which isn't enough. I look out the window, it's cloudy, it's fucking 30. And I think, fuck, I've been to the UP, I've been down to Detroit, I've been every other goddamn place. What am I going to do today? And I thought, you know what? I think I'll just see if I can fall asleep again and get up and do some shit. So I fell asleep for a couple hours, got up, felt great, which I really, don't do regularly. I cleaned my house, fucked around, organized some shit, put up a couple of bullshit videos, took Daisy for a walk, fucked around, videoing some birds. It was basically a boring, depressing day. So, asking what I'm going to do tomorrow, I never know. Believe it or not, like the 630-mile trip I took the other day to the UP, I shit you not. I get up in the morning. Daisy gets up. And I think, what am I going to do today? I start my van. I go get a coffee to go. And I literally go up to the expressway and flip a coin on whether to go south or north. Oh, interesting, Kevin. I do. Way better, Emily. Totally better. Yes. Entirely different vibe and intellect. Oh yeah, yeah, it's probably true, Tim. Me too. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it was for me, man. I mean, as you guys know, I mean, look, man, I'm an older guy. I'm not looking for anything, sympathy or anything, but I've definitely struggled with depression. I'm not on any medication now. Uh, and today was not a good day. Not like suicidal day, but like fuck. You know, I'd say it's a 50% day. So when I get up tomorrow, I think I go to Detroit. What am I going to do? Get $1,000 ticket? I've been to every goddamn overflowing great lake there is. Photograph, blight. So tomorrow is a limit for me. You know, I sold a huge collection of Civil War letters and photo albums to a guy, and he hasn't picked them up yet. And that's kind of put me in limbo because I want to, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm probably just using excuses. But bottom line is, yeah, I'm like not doing that great. You know, I didn't send Tasha an email. I should, Allie. But I mean, I should. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is, man. I mean, Agent, you bit the poison apple. I mean, you know what the good life is, and you have a high standard, and things have changed since then. Yeah, kind of, Emily, you're right. Yeah, I appreciate that, Penny, because I know when I'm uploading videos that that 99% of my content isn't popular. I know this.